My name is Đoàn Công Nữ Hạnh. Today I will tell you the story, The Elephant and the Rope. Here is the story. One day a man walked past a camp of elephants. Looking closer, he was surprised to see that the mighty animals weren't held in cages or kept in chains. The only thing stopping them from escaping is a thin rope which tied from one of their legs to a simple pole in the ground. Confused as to why they didn't use their strength to break the rope, he asked the trainer why they weren't attempting to run away. To this, the trainer replies, "As baby elephants, we use the same system, but at that age, the rope is strong enough to stop them from escaping. They grow up like this, believing they can never break the rope, so even as adults, they stay put." In other words, the powerful, magnificent, and intelligent elephants didn't believe they could free themselves, so they never tried. Moral of the story: our personal beliefs are powerful beyond measure and often dictate our outcomes. They can work for or against us. Identify your limiting beliefs so you can push against them.
Hello everyone, my name is Hương. Today I will share a very interesting and true story in life about a butterfly and a man. I hope everyone will like it. Once upon a time, the man found a butterfly that was starting to hatch from its cocoon. He sat down and watched the butterfly for hours as it struggled to force itself to a tiny hole. Then it suddenly stopped making progress and looked like it was stuck. Therefore, the man decided to help the butterfly out. He took a pair of scissors and cut up the remaining bits of the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, although it had a swollen body and small silver wings. The man thought nothing of it, and he sat there waiting for the wings to enlarge to support the butterflies. However, that never happened. The butterfly spent the rest of its life unable to fly, crawling around with small wings and a swollen body. Despite the man's kind heart, he didn't understand that the restriction cocoon and the struggle needed by the butterfly to get itself through the small hole were God's way of forcing fluids from the body of the butterfly into its wings to repair itself for flying once it was free. So I feel the story somehow relates to me. It motivates me to realize that struggling will make you stronger. If you are suffering or having a difficult time, remember that it's a necessary condition to create something much better, and I completely believe it. I hope this story will help you in your time of need. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Bùi Thị Mỹ Vi. Today I will tell you the story, The Group of Frogs. Here is the story. A group of frogs were traveling through the forest when two of them fell into a deep pit. When the other frogs saw how deep the pit was, they told the two frogs that there was no hope left for them. However, the two frogs ignored their comrades and proceeded to try to jump out of the pit. However, despite their efforts, the group of frogs at the top of the pit was still saying that they should just give up as they never make it out. Eventually, one of the frogs took heed of what the other was saying, and he gave up, jumping even deeper to his death. The other frog continued to jump as hard as he could. Once again, the group of frogs yelled at him to stop the pain and to just die. He ignored them and jumped even harder and finally made it out. When he got out, the other frog said, "Did you not hear us? Did you not hear us?" The frog explained to them that he was deaf and that he thought they were encouraging him to the entire time. This story teaches two lessons. First, there is the power of life and death in the tongue. An encouraging word to someone who is down can lift them up and help them make it through the day. The second is a destructive word to someone who is down can be what take to kill them. Be careful of what you say. Speak life to those who cross your path. The power of words. It is sometimes hard to understand that an encouraging word can go such a long way. Anyone can speak words that tend to rob another to the spirit to continue in difficult times. Special is the individual who will take time to encourage another. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Đinh Công Hiếu. Today I will tell to you about the story. The story name is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Do you know KFC? Do you like eat fried chicken? Okay, now we start the story. The founder of the world famous fried chicken brand KFC, whose real name is Harlan Chandler. When he was just 6 years old, Harlan Chandler's father died and he had to take care of two younger brothers with his mother. This helped him to be independent as a child and be able to cook a lot of special dishes. Chandler dropped out of school at the age of 16 and began miserable life. Married at the age of 18. It seemed that happy smile for Chandler, but 2 years later, his wife Robert divorced and one custody of the chicken. Bad luck continued to haunt the founder of KFC when he requested reject for job again and again. Overcoming tragedy, Harry Chandler tried to work at a cafe, cooking while washing dishes. By the age of 40, he began to feel more attached to cooking. His passion for food prompted him to come up with the idea of making quick dishes with the perfect sauce for customers stopping at the gas station. And in the 13th, Alexander's enthusiasm also paid off when he became famous for his extremely special fried chicken marinated with many different herbs. It seemed that look had smiled on demand, but in 1950, due to interstate highway project, along with a serious decline in the economy, Alexander had to sell all his property in Corbin. At the age of 65, despite being very strong, he was though about suicide when he had to receive unemployment benefit of only $105. But then Alexander realized that despite losing everything, there is one thing he can do better than many others, and that is cooking. Start at 65 is not too late. Once again, he decided to pursue a career in cooking. Chandler used all his allowance to travel around and look for business opportunity. He created recipes for fried chicken and special seasoning packets and then sold them to store owners across the country. However, things are still not easy for the owner. Chandler was rejected 1,009 times. Instead of accepting his fate, he continued to persevere with his burning passion. In 1998, Chandler boldly developed the French business and achieved unexpected success. At the age of 18, he became an American millionaire with a restaurant system spread across countries around the world. The story Alexander is an endless source of inspiration for those who want to impress on the bed of statue. Remember, when one door closed, another one opened. It's never too late to get started. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Hai, and today I will tell you a story that's called Who Would Like This $20 Bill? When a speaker started his seminar by holding up a $20 bill in the room of 200 people, he asked, Who would like this $20 bill? Has started going up. He said, I am going to give this $20 bill to one of you. But first, let me do this. He processed the crumble the $20 bill notes up. He then asked, who still wants it? Still the hands were up in the air. Well, he replied, what did I do this? He dropped it. It's on the floor and started throwing it into the floor with his shoe. He picked it up. Now, crumble and dirty. No, who still wants it? Still the hands went into the air. My friends, you are on learned a very valuable lesson. No matter what I did to the money, you still want it because it did not decrease in value. It was still worth $20. Many times in our lives, we are crumble, and thrown into the dirt by the decisions we make and the circumstances that come our way. We feel as though we are worthless, but no matter what happens or what will happen, you will never lose your value. Dirty or clean, crumble or finely creased, you are still priceless to those who love you. The world of our lives comes not in what we do or who we know, but by who you are. You are special. Don't ever forget it. Thank you and goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Hoa from Group 2. Today I'm going to tell a story of two seeds. Two seeds lay side by side in the fertile soil. The first seed said, I want to grow. I want to send my roots deep into the soil beneath me and thrust my sprouts through the earth's crust above me. I want to unfurl my tender buds like banners to announce the arrival of spring. I want to feel the warmth of the sun on my face and the blessing of the morning dew on my petals. And so she grew. On the other hand, the second seed said, if I send my roots into the ground below, I don't know what I will encounter in the dark. If I push my way through the hard soil above me, I might damage my delicate sprouts. What if I let my buds open and a snail tries to eat them? Yum, 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 yum. And if I were to open my blossoms, a small child might pull me from the ground. No, I should wait until it is safe. And so she waited. Then, one day, a young hen scratching around in the early spring crowd for food found the waiting seed and promptly ate it. Ah! Moral of this story: those who dream big and think positively will grow and prosper. Those who think negatively and refuse to risk will get swallowed up by life.